back to another episode of the MediaMix podcast. This one's going to be a steamy, hot episode of MediaMix because we got some very differing opinions on Squid Game. I'm Nick. I'm the Nick to... There's two of us. I'm Nick. This is Jack.
I'm Jack.
I'm also Nick.
Yeah, you're
Speak
also
closer
Nick.
to the mic, dude. They can't hear you.
Oh, sorry, I'm also Nick.
And then we have...
Zach, the big kahuna, is back again
so-
with short hair.
Yeah, we have the short kahuna this time. So.
All right. Let's get right into this freaking Squid Game, dude.
Game of Squid.
This whole
Squid
8
Game or
hours of just straight games and violence and death and mystery and
Squids.
story and terrible acting, and let's get into it.
Okay, we'll get to the terrible acting in a little bit. So how do we want to do this? Just want to start
I
from
don't
the
even know
beginning?
how we should start this, man. It's Squid Game, bro. Like,
Game of Squid.
it's like Mr. Beast on steroids, and they actually die when they don't complete the challenge.
That would be so funny if at the end it's just like Mr. Beast.
Mr.
takes
Beast
off
is
the
the
front
is the
man
director.
mask. Also,
him his
before
little
we
beaver
get
face.
into too deep, this is gonna be a spoiler cast. So like we're gonna talk about a lot of spoilers. We're going over the
Cast
whole
is a
show.
spoiler
So
cast.
yeah, this
Spoiler
is the spoiler cast.
Spoiler so.
So if you really want to watch Squid Game and you haven't, please go do that now. Come back though, because
And-
you know we're talking about some interesting stuff here.
Yeah, and make sure you, real quick before we start this, go ahead and follow us if you're listening to us on any of our podcasting platforms. If you're seeing us on YouTube, go and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and drop a comment on what your favorite scene from Squid Game was. And yeah, let's get into this. I'm
All
ready.
right. So what were we talking about first? Oh yeah, Mr. Beast being the front man. Total possibility, right? So like
That doesn't actually happen.
it
No.
doesn't-
Are
it
you
doesn't-
sure you
no,
watched it?
It doesn't happen. I'm just saying, like, what if, right?
No.
It was Mr. Beast behind all the Squid Game, and he was like, "I'm
He
giving
did
away."
tweet out, I want to do my real life version of Squid Game.
Oh yeah, he did do that.
Yeah, no, he put out on a TikTok. He said if this TikTok gets 10 million likes on it, then he'll do like a real life version of Squid Game, and it got
Yeah.
like over 15 million in like the first like I think 2 days
He's
or
gonna
day or
get
something
a
like
bunch
that.
of YouTubers, and it's gonna
I'd-
be Markiplier and Jacksepticeye.
I definitely went and signed the
Yeah.
form to try and get
The
on
Misfits.
to the Squid
Yeah,
Game. that he
I
kinda
didn't
hosts.
because I value my life.
If it's a Mr. Beast video, dude, I don't even care at this point.
I'll do
Consider it
anything for
over.
Mr. Beast.
Gets like all the legal work to like actually kill people.
Oh my gosh.
This is your worth. and
honestly-
then it's like the piggy bank comes down and it fills with Mr. Beast burgers. And it's like,
Yeah. Woo!
You get to win millions of Mr. Beast burgers.
Congrats, your life has been.
I think I saw a
turned
message. He said it was the video was gonna cost him like over $2 million to actually like do in total, which is like nuts.
That's like nothing
Nuts.
compared to what he's done before.
I mean, I don't know.
don't
like,
press that.
So
$2 million. Please don't press it.
quick premise of the story of Squid Game. So people in South Korea it's a hard knock life. People are poor, they're in financial debt.
I feel like this doesn't represent the entire. Sorry to
Yeah,
cut you off.
it's
I
not
feel like
the
this
whole
doesn't represent
country.
the entire country. I'm
It
pretty
does.
sure
I
it's
don't
just
think
like
it does. I mean,
No,
the
it
show is
doesn't.
only
No, it
focusing
doesn't.
on like the small, maybe not small, but like
small-
just the
it's a
people
very
who are
like
poor.
it's a very marginalized
Mhm.
like demographic. It's just people who are in financial ruin.
Yeah.
Play this game to try to win a buttload of money. The only downside is when you fail a game, you die.
Yep.
That's pretty much it.
But they
That's
didn't really
like
know that.
that's like the meat and potatoes of Squid Game, or the games. The part that most people don't like, though, are like the aspects of real life. Like you were saying, first couple episodes are boring because it's all about like.
Well, the
main
first episode was
character,
great.
Ji-hoon's life.
Second episode was the worst.
No,
Why was
But
the
anyway,
second episode the worst?
Well, we'll go back to the story real quick, or just to give the brief overview.
So basically, it goes all the way until they get through the sixth game. Whoever's at the end of the sixth game, they share the prize money, right? So that's pretty much the whole like premise of the story. I don't know what more you want me to do.
Yeah,
just,
pretty
they
much.
Play games, die.
was there
Yeah.
no
Play games or
possible
die.
way that like they would flies? Was there no possible way that they would have like all gotten to be able to?
No, because there was more than one. When he was looking in the cop was looking into the books in the past. I'm pretty sure there was a couple of pages where there are multiple winners.
Yeah.
Because like in
Multiple
Squid Game,
winners.
there's two teams. I don't know if they play Squid Game at the very end, like in every year, but
Probably not.
in Squid Game, the actual Squid Game, like there can be multiple winners because like it's a team versus a team
I
kind of
think
thing.
they
Right.
do one like every year.
Mhm.
I think there was.
They
one
do,
for
yeah.
Every year.
So if
Yeah.
you were
You
to
see that at
say
the end of the show.
if you were to say there was 400 people, what is it? What are each of the games? It's
So like the first one's red light, green light. The second
then
one is
the-
honeycomb.
the honeycomb. Okay, so say you have the first one,
Mhm.
and everyone manages to finish red light, green light, and then you have the honeycomb. Everyone manages to finish that. What's the third one after that?
Third one I think is tug of war.
Tug of
so
war.
that's when
Tug of
people
war, that's
actually
when-
start dying.
At most, half will, or at
So-
minimum, half will die.
So you have what, like 450 people, then that knocks it down to 225, and then the game after that is when you choose a partner and one of them is going to die. So then
Well,
that's
the
another
game
half.
after Tug of War was that. No, the game after Tug of War was. It wasn't really a game. It was
was
kind of just
marbles.
like. No, because they let them like kill each other in the room at night. Like they kind of they kind of showed they weren't enforcing
But
that.
but say if that didn't happen, because that technically wasn't a game and that wasn't supposed to happen because the freaking one guy was like, I could do what I want, and then he
Yeah.
just is
Better
like,
bring me my money.
and then
Yeah,
kills
yeah,
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, then the
Um,
marbles, then the glass planes, which people are gonna die on that because statistically it's practically impossible.
Unless you're that one guy working
Unless-
in the glass factory.
And say
it's
say if they
Yeah.
manage to do it perfectly and they manage to get
I
through
guess yeah,
all
if they
of
put
it.
the glass guy at the front, and he like wasn't a dick who let everybody die before him.
Yeah, that's true.
if we want to dive into that guy, I think his reasoning for that was kind of
Valid.
valid,
I mean-
because the people in front of him were those who killed like a lot of people at night.
Yeah, that's true. And in this, it
Well, they
seemed
also
like
didn't want them to push him off.
That too. Yeah.
The guy who
Yeah.
starts praying, dude, it's so awkward. Like, cause I'm Catholic, but it's also really awkward them being like shoving that in your face. I don't know if that's a huge problem. Like the whole like people turning to Catholicism
I don't know.
I don't know.
in
As a
it.
Christian, that guy was kind of a piece of shit.
But also like he starts praying, and I always have to like I'm a peaceful person, but like in that situation, I just would have like
Yeah, just
bye-bye. Kick him.
Anyone would, because he's the next one to go. It's like you
You're
gotta
holding up the
go.
line, bro.
Yeah, well, like, because like everyone's gonna die if you don't go.
Also, I love how they're like, even if you put like 1 foot on it, it'll shatter.
So why didn't you just?
How do you not just like, and just like jump from one thing
Well,
to
one
another?
guy tried that. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the thing
He
is
tried
you're.
speed running it, but he fell through the first one that broke.
Yeah, but there's no there's no way that you can't like just kind of tiptoe off of it or something, or like even because the thing is if you jump off of it and it breaks, if the next one is a one that won't break, you can hit it and then you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And also, what's from stopping you from just going like on the bars on the side?
Yeah, why
I
didn't
think
you just,
I think
like,
the fact that
shimmy
they would
across
just
the
shoot
bars?
him. 'cause
And
that
that's
was
the
You can do that in
breaking the
Roblox.
rules.
On Roblox, you can walk across the bar.
But they're cheating. I guarantee you
Not
get
cheating.
shot, but it's like I don't know. I find that a little stupid.
I don't know. I feel like if you tried to just like walk on water and just speed run that, like if you hit the tempered glass and you try to push off it to get like a jump, you're just gonna push.
I
right
guess
through and
you
fall.
just break it. But also,
Unless
I'm,
you're like really really quick, then maybe.
I'm glad they answered the question of like why isn't there a person who just takes a gun, and then they answered that they were like because they have a ton of people. But
I mean, this
Also, you know
actually
what?
happened. Like somebody did take.
but
the gun,
somebody
right?
did. But also,
Still died.
if you're so in the red light green light situation, there's no way you can survive that because you will all die because it's like turrets that go and kill everyone.
What are you saying? Like if you move?
In red light green light,
Yeah.
you die instantly. There's no way that you can like get away with it and like overthrow
Oh yeah,
all
yeah.
the
No,
people.
no.
But in the
Dying.
honeycomb game, there were not enough guards to stop those people from like just all taking guns. Like you
Yeah, but
straight
in the
up-
facility, I'm sure there was enough guards to
I
eventually
guarantee
come and overpower them.
there must have been, but they're gonna funnel through a door.
Mhm.
So unless they like have riot gear,
I think
but-
there was, for one, I think there was multiple doors, and plus it was an underground bunker that opens up from the top. So I'm
And
sure they
also
could have
they're-
opened that up and just put a bunch of
They're
people
also
up there.
just not gonna do that.
It's
'cause they
also
wanna win.
it's
Yeah.
pretty much just homeless people versus highly trained, skilled, armed.
Well, were
Are
they?
they highly trained?
were
I
they?
don't
They
think
seem to
are.
be highly trained.
I don't think they are.
I
Nah.
think they're highly
Because when
trained.
the guy took over the one position of like, he got like a mask and he went, like undercover.
How long ago was that? It was like what, Squid Game of 70 something.
That was also like one of the like bad, or like I don't know, like the lowest tier of guards. It was the what was the order again?
It was circles are the grunts,
Mhm.
triangles are like the next step up,
Kinda
and
like
then
managers
squares
and-
are like the sergeants or something.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then you got the front man
Right.
with his weird mask. that
Yeah,
can-
they had
that has
some.
ventilation.
I understand like there's some Korean shows that are just weird just because that's kind of the whole like thing with a lot of those shows, but with the jazz, why is that so weird?
Jazz?
He's got the little box jazz thing that
That
he
plays
has
Fly Me to
sitting
the
there.
Moon?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you gotta
And
be
it's in
kind of weird to want
English.
to orchestrate this whole thing. So I guess that's not really out of character that he has a little.
True. But also
jazz
you
thing.
said that he speaks
He speaks
um,
English.
English.
Yeah.
And in the
Because you guys watched it in English, so you guys don't know this, but all the VIPs also speak English.
right, but they don't change their voices.
They don't change their voices.
yeah, the
So
only
you can hear like all the natural like
Yeah.
reverberation.
The only-
lip sync.
the only person's voice that they change in the dub is the
The front man.
front man, as far as people who have already speaking English, and one part where the brother speaks it. But like, why does he speak English? I guess since he's probably talking to the VIPs in that part. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Because they all speak English.
Yeah.
He's like front man speaking. You can also hear like his Korean twang.
Yeah.
Like his Korean accent. So,
So, what was your guys' favorite game then? Let's get into that. Mine was the glass plane one because I
Either
like that
glass
one.
plain one or the sugar cookie one.
The honeycomb.
Yeah.
I really liked the tug of war.
Tug of
I
War
thought that
was
was the
pretty.
worst.
That shit was awesome. It was like
I think it was kind of cool.
I don't know.
liked how it was. It was like it's not a game of strength. It's a game of skill.
Well,
Which-
Yeah.
kind
not
of sort.
really.
Only one team really knew the skill to.
Yeah, which I thought
When-
was awesome. It was like the old man knows tricks to everything.
Mm-hmm.
He's like,
I'm
"Lean
sure because he's
back,
been watching it for
uh,
years.
Yeah.
all feet parallel with one another. One guy on the right, left, like oscillating, and then lean back, like.
That's why it's like if you watch the whole show a second time, you like actually can like really understand the old man because he
Yeah,
like knows every game. He knows how to do almost
Yeah.
every one.
and it.
You know, like in the first one, like in Red Light Green Light, it's like everybody's dazed that a ton of people have just been like shot and killed,
Meanwhile, the man's just like, "This is fun."
and then the old man's like,
yeah.
"Yay!" like going ahead. He's like, "I'm in first."
his.
It's like, okay.
I don't know.
I-
I felt like the show because I
I love the old man.
Damn fly. There's a podcast that I listened to that they were talking about, and they're like, I feel like it would be more brutal, like, but it wasn't. You know what I mean? So like when in the part where like red light, green light, when they get shot, it's just like, and they fall.
Yeah.
But in normal, like, I guess like foreign, Japanese is the only one that I can think of. But in a lot of like Japanese and like mostly anime, like they're really brutal with the way that they kill people,
Yeah.
and it really sticks. Like The Boys, for instance, that's a really good example. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's really brutal.
Mhm.
And the thing is, I really never got that, so there was no real like weight to like these people getting killed. It was just kind of like they shot and they fell.
It could just also be like the budgeting and the cinematography they were working with.
Yeah,
and all the
that's
different
true.
effects. Like in this, you can definitely tell they were using like the blood bags. Like
Yeah,
they
definitely.
pop
Yeah, they're
in.
using squibs.
Yeah, that's
and-
the
they
blood
weren't
was
using, like,
so
CG.
exaggerated. And
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like a Tarantino film.
Like,
Yeah.
But it wasn't
fly
like
out, yeah.
CG though, which
no, it wasn't. It
No.
was just blood
it all
bags
looked
that
very
popped.
natural, which I liked.
So I didn't finish the last 20 minutes of the show.
You're not
Like, you
missing
want us
much.
to
I
explain
didn't miss
that?
much.
You're not missing much.
So it just goes on like after the 1 year later, like after that little title.
Did you watch the part with the old man in the building, watching the homeless guy?
No, because that's a year later.
Yeah, that's a year later.
Yeah,
We're watching-
basically that
so-
whole it's stupid. Basically that whole part is just like the old man explained that he was behind the whole thing, and he's like, he's the game master. He's the one who created the whole thing. And then
Oh,
they show like
really?
a,
Yeah,
then they
he's
show
the
like a
mastermind.
flashback of like the game master like talking to the old man.
So you remember the VIP who took his mask off and the front man was like, the VIPs have arrived and he never comes out? That's the old man.
Yeah, where the headmaster was like, sorry, but the like the game like creator or whatever, like the guy above him is like he's not here right now. And the VIP is like, oh, why not? This is pretty important. And he's like, oh, sorry, he has like other things to attend to.
And he was dead.
The reason why
Well, he's not dead.
He wasn't
No,
dead.
he's alive.
He just didn't feel right watching. That's the whole spiel of the old man was the whole reason why he orchestrated the games is because he wanted to feel like some sense of like fun.
So
Yeah.
when
That's the reason why he did the whole Squid Game.
He was bored.
It was fun for him.
He was
It
bored.
was for him and his rich friends
Yeah.
to bet on.
Yeah.
when he got shot, was that actually him getting shot?
No, because
no.
they didn't show him
Nope.
getting shot.
Oh.
You didn't see him die on screen. They
Yeah,
just
Not
probably
die.
like
But he
Shot
never
in the air
he
or
did
something.
not lie about the tumor. So in his last maybe
Yeah.
year of life, he wanted to participate in the game to know what it feels like.
yeah. He
So-
wouldn't have been satisfied if he was just a spectator.
Right.
That's
Right.
why
But
he didn't go out.
he
and
was
watch
always
with
safe the whole time playing through the game. Like
Yeah.
they would have
He was never going to
killed
die.
him
Oh.
'cause they
I
know.
mean, how though? Because in like the tug of war one, like if his ass would have went off the ledge, like what are they gonna do? Just let him dangle there and
That's
like,
true.
hang on, let's save the old man and then kill
I'm
everybody
sure
else.
they would just dangle there, and the guillotine would cut the rope, and they would just shoot all the other members. And
There's
delete them.
a
But then
lot
everybody would know the old man was the.
But
I don't
like,
know.
So what?
he
He's
was
a fucking
supposed to live,
mastermind.
But if he died, it would have been okay because he was gonna die soon anyways.
True.
That's why he wanted to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
True.
So like, if he died, he's just gonna die no matter what.
I'm not gonna lie. The part where he's like, his Alzheimer's kick, and I'm just like, dude, just die.
I'm not
please.
sure
was
if
all
that's.
fake.
He wasn't. He was.
yeah,
acting,
he
though.
was.
I think he was
that wasn't-
acting, but that part, I'm like,
It's
dude,
revealed in the end that he's like not really. That wasn't really him acting, and that was just him like, kind of, I don't know, making like
He was just talking about his home.
No,
making
'cause
Jihoon
he
like
tricked
feel bad.
Jihoon to make him feel bad. He was like, you actually tricked me, and you were saying I said even when I said odd, and
yeah, like he didn't. He obviously
Like he knew the whole time. He was just.
he didn't want Jihoon to die. Pretty much.
No.
That's why he like lied.
that's
to
why he
the
gave him
rest-
the. That's
yeah.
why he gave him the thing at the end. He was like, "Here, just take this."
Yeah.
Even though
But-
you tricked me, like you know.
I gotta say in the marbles game though, with Sang Woo and like Ali,
That shit pissed me off.
it didn't really piss me off. It just made me sad.
Yeah,
That whole
I mean,
episode
Made me sad,
made me
but-
sad.
But I understood. It's like in that situation, if I was in that same situation, I probably would have tried to do the same exact thing.
dude,
You know?
with like the poor Indian guy.
I know,
It's like,
I
when
feel
he
so
found out,
bad.
he's like, oh.
Ollie was like my second
okay.
favorite.
Oh, I
He
feel
just,
so
like,
bad.
Dies. It's like, oh.
It was horrible.
God, the guy him and his wife survived the entire time, and his wife.
Oh,
And then they had to
No.
go against each other.
No.
Yeah, but then,
Oh.
okay, he basically like I don't know if I went in there with my wife, I'm not winning. Like I'm letting her win. Like I'm
Yeah,
not winning. And then
that, and also
and then
like,
he comes out and then he
But-
just kills himself. You freaking moron.
Yeah.
What a waste.
Yeah,
Like,
what a waste. You could at least like if you're just
Even
gonna
after
kill yourself
some-
when you come out, at least let your wife win and have a chance to like
dude,
get the money. Like
he didn't even do a word Sung Woo told him. He was like, "Bro, your wife should have lived in your stead. Then why are you here?"
Also, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised that the stupid like gang guy.
Oh, the
who's-
bully?
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't die earlier.
He was one of the money sharks, right?
Yeah, I'm surprised he
Oh,
didn't
my
just
He was like in the game.
just get killed.
I don't think so. Everybody kind of feared him until that end part where they were like, "You better watch out for yourself, because they're coming after you first, because you're the leader or whatever." And then he kind of like decided not to attack him at night. It was kind of like, yeah, it was that whole thing. But I don't know. I hated that stupid woman in the show. Like
The
the-
crazy one?
God,
Yes.
She was annoying.
I hated her
I
so
thought
much.
She was like trying to put on like some kind of crazy persona to do something, but no, she was kind of like actually crazy.
I think that, and
the
she was
end.
obviously trying to like, not really trick, but just convince everybody that like, to get on their side to like win.
I guess.
It's just it just made me so uncomfortable with like the scenes of her in the like every single scene with her in the bathroom made me so uncomfortable.
Ah!
I know, especially when like the
I'm constipated.
when Cybyuk, I don't know how to pronounce her name. I'm sorry, but the like one of the main character girls of the three.
Yeah, she's in the vent.
Yeah, she's like crawling in the vent. She's like, cause a distraction. She's like, oh, I'm taking a crap.
I'm having a period.
It's so stupid. I'm like, shut up. This is retarded.
I'd imagine it's probably more annoying in English than Korean.
It's a lot. It's like a lot more annoying.
Yeah, it's so
It's a little unneeded.
aggravating.
It's
In-
a little unneeded.
It is very
In Korean,
unneeded.
she's just kind of like yelling at the same cane. She's like, "Ah, I'm constipated."
Yeah, I know. I'm like, why do you need to like? I don't even know. And then that stupid scene when they're doing like the dirty in there. Like, why did that scene even have to be a thing? Like, I did not want to
They're, like-
see that at all.
They're like,
Then the bully and the
Having
girl is
the
like
sacks.
doing the dirty. Yeah, I did not want to see that at all. I didn't. I like my life would have been like 10 times better if I hadn't have seen that scene.
You didn't see
they were
it.
fine for.
I know I
most
didn't
of it.
see anything. Just the whole like watching
But-
it was just like I don't like what.
I
what
did
does this
not
add to the
have
story?
to see that lady's titties, please. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm scarred. I'm actually
was,
scarred from that scene because
Scar.
I was so happy when she like
Saggy ass
hugged
titties.
the bully and like kind of like suicided off.
yeah,
of it.
that was a good scene. I was like,
I was
okay,
like, thank you, die.
Two birds with one
Both
stone.
of you, die.
It was very lovely.
Also, the one girl who like the slow motion scene where they blow up all the glass.
Yeah, that was so
fuck
unneeded.
that
I'm like,
shit.
So unneeded.
Are you serious?
Why
She
do you
gets-
have to do that?
She gets hit by the glass and then dies, and then the one guy is like, for one, he's passing out. Like
That
you can
could
see
piss
him
me
like, and then
Yeah.
like 2 seconds later he just teleports. Is like,
I'm sure
so
he
fu-
woke
well, I
up
mean, like-
the moment Sungju was like, "Help! Help! She's dying!"
But
Ah!
that whole like spiel was like 30 seconds, and it's like you have to think he had to like wake up, realize that he's over there banging on the thing, and she's like passing out over there.
Well, he
And
probably
then get up,
like
run over
sprinted
without-
over
well,
and just went
Without
like, "Ah!"
without Ji-hoon like hearing, he had to like run over and then stab her.
I'm sure you couldn't hear anything while Ji-hoon was yelling.
but also I don't understand. These people don't understand like a common like pattern. He's like, oh yeah, they haven't helped us at all ever
I know, yeah.
before, so they'll all of a sudden want to help us now. It's like, no, that's stupid.
Well, the reason why he killed her too is because I don't think he feared that she'd team up with them as much, but he didn't want the game to end.
Yeah, that was
And
was
they
a
were gonna,
possibility of it
yeah,
games
he did
ending.
because they were the majority, obviously. And if they both, she was saying like, I want to go home, I'm done with this, and he was like, he was, Ji-hoon was like, yeah, I'm cool with being done with it too. So he was trying to get her help, and I'm sure if he would have gotten her help, then they would have probably
Yeah.
ended the game and let them go home. Which I'm sure she would have died anyways. Like, what money did she
Like
have?
I don't
to, like,
think it would have
to go
happened,
to the hospital.
but the possibility of it happening is what
Of them
probably
ending the
made
game?
Song Woo kill her.
No, I think that's what
They
was gonna
definitely wanted to
happen.
keep
Pretty
going
sure
though
they-
because they wanted to support their families.
Well, at the end, she was like, I don't want to
She
play
was
this
like,
yeah,
anymore.
at
if
the
I
end, two
die,
of the
I want
three
you
of
to
them
win the
did not
game,
wanna play.
and I want you to look after my little sister or brother. Was
Brother.
It? Brother?
His
Yeah,
brother,
brother. Look out after my family.
Yeah.
Which he
And
does.
Song-woo did not want to end it.
I don't know if you like. Also, when he leaves and he's like, "Yeah, my mom's like not feeling great and like needs treatment." I don't know why he expected her to still be alive when he came back.
Well, she's been like diabetic for all that time. It wasn't just like I don't think it was like a new thing that just happened. So
I think it was new.
Yeah,
They
but the
didn't
thing
know.
is
Yeah, but
that-
then her feet were like turning purple.
He
and
talked to
shit.
the doctor and they're like, she doesn't like unless she gets it now. Like, if
We're
you
gonna
wait any
amputate her
longer,
feet.
if you wait any longer, it's gonna get worse. And then he like leaves for probably like 2 weeks or however long he was gone, and then he comes back. He's like, "Are you sleeping?" It's like, no,
she
she's
did.
dead.
She did.
I mean, it was also
Sad.
he probably knew that at that point. He just was like in a little bit of denial or something.
Like
It's possible.
considering what he went through before getting there. Like
Yeah, because he's like, I have money now.
I'm sure you'd have to be very desensitized after witnessing all that stuff in Squid Game, and then you come home and find your dead mother. You're probably just like,
Because
hi,
he
Mom.
did it for her too.
Yeah.
He did
So-
it for her to pay off the money sharks and for his little girl. Like it all kind of adds
So,
up.
do you think that like everything that Song-woo was doing, like, I don't know, was
Killing everyone.
well? Do you
right.
think it was not necessarily right, but like, can you really like blame the man for what he did? Because he was
Yes.
there for. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, can you really get mad at the man for what he did?
I don't know, there's
He was
just-
there for one reason. He knew that only probably one or two people were coming out alive,
It's
and
just
he
there's-
that man was gonna be him. He wasn't gonna let anybody else win. So obviously he had to play a couple tricks, and obviously get Ali killed, and
Yeah.
it's like I don't know. In my eyes, I was sad when he tricked Ali
Yeah.
and got him killed, but I wasn't necessarily like really like mad at Song-woo. I was like, he has his own problems in his own family. Like I'm sure,
Mhm.
like he's doing this because he needs the money or he wants the money and he wants to go help out his own family.
like I'm sure he's a good guy. Like he was a
Yeah,
good guy at the beginning.
No, yeah, he's like
Everybody was.
I don't think he wanted
It's
to kill
just-
him. He's
there's
just like
so
he
much-
understood that's what needed to be done.
There's just so much fucked up shit that happens during the games
Yeah.
that it just kind of changes Song Woo, and it's like it blurs the line between what's really right and wrong. So
Mhm.
you kind of formulate in your own head your own morals,
Oh yeah, definitely.
especially after witnessing so much fucked up shit. Your morals
Yeah.
are going to be kind of skewed, and you're going to view it this way. It's like this is acceptable in my eyes. This is acceptable, and this is what I'm going to do because it's
fair enough.
It's
messed up.
I
It's just
think-
I
I think there's a difference between what he did to Ollie and what he did to the girl when they're the last.
See,
three.
I don't think there is though. Like I think he knew
She was gonna
that.
die anyways.
Yeah, but no,
It's-
they were
it's-
gonna end. They were probably gonna end the game before she would have died.
with Ollie. It was like it's either me or him.
I don't know.
I
think
either
either
trick
blatant
him
murder
and win-
versus you're just trying to go on to the next game.
Yeah. It was either him or Ollie. It's as
Also,
simple as it was. But
The show itself, like it's a little morbid, but the only part that actually kind of was like, ooh, is the part where Ollie's like leaving his work and he's like, give me the money, and he like throws the dude's hand into the thing, and he's like,
I
God!
hate the crushing
That scene is like,
or smushing
it's
sounds.
Yeah.
it's kind of screwed, but the thing is that like that I find that so funny because obviously if you think of it like in foreign countries, they don't have the huge respect that we have for workers like here. So there's nothing put in place, so then that doesn't happen. So then the guy's like, oh, I'm not making enough money, and then like tucks the like $5 million in his shirt down, and then if the dude's like, just give me the money, like how has none of the other workers been like, hey, I still haven't gotten paid and that guy is still making money, like why don't we
I don't know.
quit?
It's all just fucked.
It
'Cause,
really
I mean,
is.
if you think about it, what happened to Ji-hoon when him and all his workers threw a strike, the police came in and beat them to death
Yeah.
within an inch of their life, and one guy actually died. So that's probably one thing that's keeping them all in check.
I
is
guess
just
it's true.
the authorities that are in Korea.
But the only thing that was keeping that from Ali from like making any more money is the fact that like
Just the fact
he
that
was
his
not
boss
getting
didn't have
paid.
money.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I found that a little weird.
It's like I don't know. Can we talk about how this like lunatic right here watched the thing like I don't know, the original version was like he's trying
You
to like
guys-
Watched it in Korean.
I
Yeah,
feel
he's
like
trying
you
to
guys
bitch
can't
to
even
us.
be on this podcast because you watch it in English.
No. Listen.
English
I
was
actually
awful.
like enjoying the action. I watched Squid Game not for the stupid
There's
story.
not-
I watched it to
there's-
see them
let
play
me-
the games. And then this
There's
kid's
not a
like,
lot of
yeah,
action.
I like looking down and looking at the stupid
What
subtitles
is-
to read,
what
and
is
then
the
looking
action
back
in
up
this
and missing
movie?
a few scenes.
What is the action in this movie?
the games?
The games?
Yes.
Like what parts of the games? Like
All of them.
Doing red light, green light.
Yes, all the games.
Now I just want to say
The killings, the
that
stabbings.
the reason why
You can watch that while you're still watching it in Korean.
Okay,
But the
I
reason
sat there.
why I
no,
watched
no,
it in
wait.
English is one, I just don't like looking at subtitles. I like watching.
That's
the
fair.
Exactly.
That's fair.
But
But
two, there are people. I think Nick might have said this or someone said it. But people wear masks in this show. How are you gonna know which one of them is
Yeah,
talking?
exactly.
it's pretty clear who's talking. It's the person in the center of
Not
the
always.
shot.
Wrong.
No, you're wrong.
Dude, I sat there and watched one of the episodes with Nick, and he's watching this stupid original version, and he's sitting there and he's pausing it every
for
2
like a couple
seconds.
scenes. For a couple scenes.
He's pausing it to read it. I'm
There
like,
are some times
stop!
where it's a subtitle and it's like three
you know how
lines
to
of
eliminate that
words.
problem?
What?
You have the dubbed version.
The dubbed version sucks ass.
Okay, to be
It never
the
said it
voice
was
acting
good.
is awful.
I will
I'm not
be-
watching it
No
for the
wonder
voice
you
acting.
didn't like the show.
I will be fair. I didn't
say I didn't
Voice acting
like
was
it.
awful.
I will
You're
be
like
fair.
oh man, all the scenes where they're outside of the Squid Games are boring because
Yeah,
you're watching it in English.
It is boring.
And
I know.
their
Just the whole
voice
story.
acting is so bland and
I'm
stupid.
sorry. I'm sorry. Would the story be a million times better if
Yes.
if I sat there and read subtitles
it
instead of
would
listening
be.
to them
It would
speak?
be
What
so
do you
much
guys
better.
think, huh?
What is that?
I haven't
right
been
there?
able
Do you
to
see
say
that?
anything.
Do you see that? It
What?
says fucking
Shut up!
volume warning.
Shut up! You're a child. You're a child.
It says volume warning because you guys are so damn loud.
Where does it say volume warning?
It says it right there. Right there.
Hey, we
In
gave him
post.
a warning saying this is going to be a very heated podcast. We're
Yeah,
gonna be
okay,
yelling
so
a lot.
I'll say
didn't
that.
give- I didn't give a
I'll
crap.
say this. So whenever I don't really care, to be honest, because like I hate to do this to you, Nick. The people who go, oh, you watch it in dub. Hold on, shut up for a fucking second.
Listen,
The people who do that, because Mason does that.
Mason does that. Yeah.
Those people, fuck them. Sorry, Mason, if you are watching this, but it is the most annoying thing because, like, I don't give a shit because watching, like, an anime, because that's kind of the best thing, the voice actors are the fucking same in it. In this, yes, it is kind of aggravating,
It's
and
different.
I will say
it's
that,
different
like,
in anime. Here's the reason why it's different in anime. In the Korean dub, like when it's just the actual Koreans talking, you don't get this like weird, wonky like studio audio of them recording their voices. You don't get that same like sound when you're watching it in English. In the Korean dub, it's like them actually speaking while they're acting.
Well, yeah, because that's
it's
what it
more,
is.
It feels more grounded in reality rather than just being like the whole audio when they talk in English in the English dub is just cut. You can't hear the background audio while they're talking in the English dub.
but also, like,
Did you guys ever notice that? Like
no,
when they're
because
actually
it wasn't that
fighting,
big of a problem.
I didn't
like
really
some of the
care
sound
that
effects, you can't hear the sound
How would you
effects
even know
while
that?
it's
You
in
didn't
English.
watch it in English.
I watched
dub.
it in Korean and I watched it in English at Schneider's house, so I
he
know
watched it in
this.
English at mine.
Okay.
The thing is, the English one, like, it's so... Especially the old man.
yeah.
Old man
So-
sounds so stupid. He's like, oh, I have another marble.
Also,
I hate this
fuck the
so
guy
much.
who voice acts for the old man in English.
He sounds-
he's like a 30-year-old
He's like,
man.
hey, we found this like 27-year-old who lives in like Iowa. Can we get him to do it?
old man accent.
I will say the people who are dubbed that actually sound good are like the people with masks, which
Oh,
is
yeah,
kind
of
of
course.
funny.
They're good. Yeah,
They're
'cause-
good, and then the people,
frontman.
and then the frontman sounds good, and the detective. They're the only ones who
Yeah.
sound actually good.
I can
The
agree with
main
that.
characters sound
They sound
stupid.
dumb.
It's retarded.
And
yeah.
even like the lady who voices the North Korean chick, like she sounds unneedingly bitchy. She sounds
Yeah.
like that one person who's like just like walks in and is just immediately like upset about something, and you're like, what's your problem?
So the guy for Jihoon, it sounded like they just took a random 20-year-old off the street and was like, "Hey, do you know who Steve Blum is?
guy for
do your
Ollie
best
was good.
Steve Blum.
Or
and
was he
you're
always
the new
speaking
Jihoon
English?
actor?"
Who?
Ollie.
I don't think he was always speaking.
But
English.
here's-
Did Ollie speak Korean?
no,
Yeah,
he spoke Korean, but the thing is that he also spoke.
He had an Indian accent in the
Pakistani.
English dub.
Oh, he was from
Or,
Pakistan.
you know, he's,
Wasn't
yeah,
he?
Some Middle
Okay,
Eastern.
he was from Pakistan, if I'm not mistaken about this.
Eastan or something like that.
They were not. People from Pakistan do not have that accent. They do not have an Urdubodi accent.
They
Sorry.
kind of they kind of do.
An Indian accent.
It's like it's
I've
just
met
above
people,
India.
I've met people from Pakistan. It's under India.
Under India.
I've met people.
in the
I've
from,
met
area.
like 3 people
I've-
from there,
I've-
and they don't sound like.
Well,
that,
I've
even
met
though they
a
lived in
person-
America for like 15 years.
Well, I've met a person from Pakistan, and they don't sound like. I mean, they
I
they
mean,
have
the
lived
dialects
in,
can vary
but
from
for like
where you're-
7
where you're
years.
from.
But the thing is that like their accent isn't like.
It's not like they had the highest budget for this show. Can you stop going like Ode
Anyway,
Buddy?
can-
Well, that's
shit's
how we-
wrong.
Hang on.
That's how we sounded. I'm not. I'm
I
not.
want to go back to
being
the
a
argument you're
racist.
making of people kind of like gatekeeping the sub versus the dub. I can agree with your stance when it comes to like anime because both the Japanese and English voice actors, they're voice acting in a studio. Meanwhile, in Squid Game, it's Korean actors speaking while they're on set versus
know.
the English actors.
You've already
who are
gone
just
over
in the
this.
studio doing lines that are like they're basically voice acting when they're not even on the set actually.
We get it. We get it. We get it.
Yeah, we get it. There's not an echo while they're in the room.
Yeah,
Who
the-
gives?
It doesn't sound
Yes, but the
Yeah.
okay,
we under,
right.
Okay, we're not saying it sounds.
When they
right.
were screaming, falling to their death, it sounded like they were in a booth.
to
Like,
put this.
who cares?
it's like this. When they're falling to the death in English, it's like they're like, ah no versus the Korean where they're like,
to put it into like an easier way to put it,
I don't think
Dub-
you need to. I don't think
dub-
you need to dub somebody screaming to their
Right.
death.
But
The only
dub-
part that I really did not need to hear dubbed was when when the two people were in the bathroom stall and they're
yeah.
like,
I'm shitting out of my ass, and you're just like, it's like, and you can hear it in the vent. It's like, I'm shitting in my ass. And I'm like, this is stupid. I'm like,
I'm just
What are
saying
they
the
acting
easiest way to-
quality is better. in
the
Korean.
easiest way to put it is you can watch dub. It sounds like shit, but it's easier to watch, or you can listen to sub and appreciate the Korean actors, but at the same time, you have to read the subtitles.
Yeah.
Which is sometimes a pain in the ass.
I still
No,
appreciate
fine.
the Korean
I'll admit,
actors. I think
people
the
have
main
their
guy did
preferences.
a good job, even though I never heard a word he said. I mean, I still think he did good.
I just think if I wanted to actually, like, I'm not saying you guys didn't actually appreciate, but I felt like I would appreciate it better if I actually heard the English, like the actual
like you're
Korean
wrong.
acting.
But the guy
off.
who the guy so
I mean,
I
speaking
just
of-
think like the actual speaking
Okay,
part.
you said this a
is
million
an
times.
element
You said
of
this
the
a
movie.
million
We get
times.
it.
We get it.
Influences how
This is
good
getting
the show
boring.
is. So whatever.
viewers, I want to know what you think.
Shut up.
Honestly, though,
Please fight in the
please comment
comments.
down
Fight-
below.
Start a
and
fight in the comments.
Team Kahuna or Team Dumbass?
Team fucking gorilla or stupid fucking lizard.
Oh my gosh. Back to that.
So wait, hold on. Why does the detective just die? Like
I
don't
don't
think
think he
he's
does.
dead.
I don't think he is.
what are they make? They're not making another season, are they?
Yeah,
No,
they
they are.
are.
They are.
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
at the end. You
You
missed
haven't
the end. You
seen
missed
the
the
end.
end. The
So-
end. Let me explain it, because you're gonna like ran on for 5 minutes.
No, I'm not. That,
Then literally-
How long? That's not long at all.
Yeah,
okay,
you're
let's
gonna make
time
it
you.
long. You're gonna
All
make
right,
it
ready,
long.
set, go.
Just okay, just quick.
He's in the he's on a terminal going back to America to see his daughter,
Yeah.
and he gets a phone call, and or he calls, like he steals the card of, like, he sees somebody else getting like inducted into the game,
Yeah.
right? Like how he did. So he like steals the card from that guy. He's like, "Don't do it!" And he like takes the card. Anyways, he calls him. He's like, they're like, "State your name," and he's like, he states his own, his name and his birth. And they're like, "What are you doing? Get on that plane and go to America or whatever. You'll be fine. This
like
is
it's
the best
for your
you.
own good."
It's for your own good." And he's like, "Beep," and then he
fuck
and then
these
the
kids.
last scene is him turning around, walking back, like not going
He
on the
didn't
plane.
fucking walk like an idiot.
I think he did.
Going like, "Whoa, you Jolly Ranchers!"
Anyways, he walks back implying that he's gonna go and try and like sabotage the next
game.
series of games or
Games.
whatever. Yeah,
I like
and then
that.
also we didn't think back on like what we were talking about.
Mm.
Probably another season. The detective's probably gonna be in there because he just got shot in the shoulder and like just fell into the ocean. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not like a
Also, you never saw the body floating there, or just bubbles?
that, and it's not an on-screen death.
I don't know.
So
I
it's
don't
like,
understand the logic of shooting someone. So apparently, in like Korea and Marvel, shooting someone in the shoulder is a fatal wound.
It could
Like
be.
people always
Right
die
here-
from in
right,
movies.
Right here is a fatal. There's an art.
guess
There's
that's
a
an
main
artery,
artery
yeah,
that's
but
right
it's like-
here. If you get shot in it, you bleed out in like 50 in like a minute.
well, the
Maybe
front
not
man
a
got
minute.
shot in the
He
same
got
exact
shot there,
spot.
and he was
that-
like,
It's like
"Tis
shot, like,
but
right
a
here.
scratch."
Yeah.
Like right here.
So did whatever the detective's name is. He got shot in the same spot.
That's what I'm talking about. the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
detective.
Yeah, so I'm sure he's not
Well,
dead.
he's not dead.
I'm
What
sure he's
was-
alive.
What was stopping? There's no like the one dude gets shot, and it would have been just hilarious if he shoots the like front man and all the people and massacres just and just like take him out.
Mow him down.
And the front man is like, "I didn't say you guys could shoot him yet."
So was he still on the same island when he like swims back? That's the same island that the games are held on.
No,
No,
it's
that's a different island
No,
because he
he-
took the scuba gear and went.
He swam that far
I'm
to
sh-
another island.
I mean, it could have been far. It could have been like
Jeez,
just
a
some other
unit.
little tiny.
that's
island.
true. I'm kind of surprised that he didn't like give him like a runaround and like ran up.
I
and
think
then
it was
just
a-
ran back for the boat.
I think it was a tiny island right outside of, like right beside the city that the
It
island
was an island closer to
because like
Korea.
he wasn't getting good cell service. If he was on a beach,
What was that?
There's a flyer on me.
if he was on the beach that was like right next to the city, I feel like he wouldn't get like such garbage cell service to the point where he literally cannot send texts or anything.
Mhm.
Because you could obviously send texts from a beach,
Yeah.
you know. But it's like so. I think he was on a
Yeah, so it's
different
like
island.
there's a couple like questions that came out of the show. Like, did the text messages actually go to the chief, like
They could
officer?
have.
I don't
You
think
know.
they did because
I-
No,
we
'cause
saw
they
him
don't send.
constantly
Well,
trying
no,
to
because
resend them, and they weren't going through.
You saw him once trying to resend him. He got the reason why I'm saying it might have happened is because he was actually able to hold he was able to have a conversation with them. It was patchy.
Barely.
It was patchy, but he was able to connect and have a conversation.
Cell phone conversations are easier to hold together
Like,
than
even
sending
one of
text
the pictures
messages
could
of
have made it through.
pictures.
Yeah, so he sent the
know?
pictures. It was failed, but what he did after he sent the first round of pictures and the first phone call is he went up the mountain a little bit more, implying that he might have gotten a little bit better of cell service. And then tried to send him again, and then we saw nothing more of it. So it could have sent, but it
Yeah,
couldn't
like
have.
the
I'm gonna
pictures
assume
could have
it
sent,
probably
maybe the
didn't.
videos didn't, because I know videos do take longer in real life to send.
Because if you think about it, if they actually did send the police get involved and they shut down Squid Games and then no season 2.
I see.
Which
No,
I don't.
I
that's
think
gonna
that would. Well, I think the police will still probably be involved in the second one because
Maybe towards like the end. I don't
maybe
know.
not towards the end because I think, I think they
Here's
have
what I
evidence that something is going on. They had people come around and report, and then now Ji-hoon is gonna be, he's trying to like shut down the game, so I'm sure he's gonna go back to the police
Here-
station and if he has like half a brain
Yeah,
and
but
try
here's-
and tell them, and they also got the pictures from the detectives. So I think something will build up.
Here's what I think. I think the pictures didn't go through, but because the phone line held together the conversation long enough where like they could actually communicate a little bit, that'll start to get the police involved.
I'm sure they're already like getting.
They'll probably be like,
They will get
"Huh."
involved no matter what.
He sounded
because
very,
he's gone
like-
missing.
Yeah.
He sounded very
You
like
know, like he was
trouble.
already gone for like 2 weeks.
Right.
he was like, I'm on a beach off the coast of Korea. Send help. And they're like, maybe we should help him out. But I don't know. I don't think the picture's actually sent, so they still don't know a lot about the Squid Games.
Right.
Yeah, I know, but they'll still
'Cause-
somehow be involved.
Because he fell into the water with his phone, so his phone's fucked. All those pictures are gone. So they'd have to go back. Ji-hoon and detective would have to go back and find more information and come back alive to expose the Squid Games.
There's a scene that I just thought of from the show.
Oh
That-
God, are we thinking of the same one? It's when the VIP takes him.
I started. I thought,
I'm like, should I even?
'cause
Do
I
I
thought-
want to bring this up?
because me and
If you can
well,
satisfy
me and Alex
in 5 minutes.
me
Oh
and
my
Alex are watching.
God.
It's like, I'll rock your world. He's like, okay. And then like,
That was so
and grabs-
funny.
and Alex was like, what is he doing? I was like, he
The
grabbed
nasty.
his
What do you mean?
balls.
What is he doing? What is she for?
She didn't realize what he was doing, and I was like, she just grabbed. I think she didn't know if she
They're gonna
grabbed,
go
like,
play
his dick or,
marbles
like, his.
in his room.
Yeah, bro. It was.
I think I'd have a very big different reaction between if he grabbed my dick or my balls. Like, oh.
that was just
Oh!
disgusting though. That whole scene where he like drops his robe and that like
It's either,
fat
"Oh!"
like.
I know. It was like,
Fat
oh my
chunks.
God.
I'm
like,
dude.
I don't want to see this.
You've definitely been enjoying the spoils of your richness.
And
I'm
they have
so
the-
glad he grabbed his balls and pulled a gun on him because
the-
I did not want to see what was gonna actually
The
happen.
painted like ladies, I thought they were fake. Like I thought they were
Yeah.
They're real.
mannequins.
Yeah.
And
They're
they were
real.
real, and I'm just like,
There's just a lady just sitting on the ground because
just
like he
make
had
it-
One of
his
them was
legs
a fucking
kicked up.
table.
He had
Yeah.
his legs kicked up on one. Like, why can't you just get furniture?
Wait, they were real?
yeah,
Yes.
they were real. They were painted.
Bro,
and they
these are
had
the
little,
same
like,
people who treat the
patches and-
contestants like horses for betting.
True,
So I
yeah.
mean, it kind of makes sense.
I mean, yeah.
So
Like the
there
ultra
was
rich.
something I wanted to bring up, and that was like, literally from the very start, they could have known every single game that was going to happen.
it was on the
How?
walls.
It's on the walls.
No,
Yeah.
was
of
it from the
sleeping
very
room.
beginning?
Yes.
Was it actually written on the walls?
Yeah, all the pictures were there from the very beginning.
Oh.
And it's like if you
like, go back
bring
and
up
watch?
like a picture of like maybe when there's like only the 3 contestants left, that you could see all the walls.
So do you think in season 2, if they do it, like if they do Squid Game again, do you think they're gonna change up the games, or do you think they're gonna be the
Honestly,
same?
I think
don't
every year
know.
the game's different because when the VIPs were there, he had to like sit there and explain the game to them as if they've
Yeah,
never
so
seen
I
it
think they
before.
would be different.
So I
unless
think
the
they-
VIPs are different.
I don't think the
also.
VIPs are different because it's just I feel like it's the same like I don't know if I don't know if I heard them say like, they're coming back again or if this is their first time there or I feel like it was implied that this is not their first time there and they always come
Yeah.
and bet
I
on
could see that.
Did he kill the VIP, or did he just?
I don't
knock
think
him
so.
out?
I think he just
He
knocked
just
him out.
squeezed his balls too
Yeah,
hard.
he knocked him out.
Yeah.
incapacitated
him by squeezing
Balls.
Yeah. But-
Stop squeezing my balls.
Like There was like, the bridge of glass that they did.
I think
Yeah.
they always
Instead of the
ended
bridge
with
of
Squid
glass,
Game.
It's
now
like
that I think about it.
Yeah.
you have to get from one side to the other, and you have to climb like monkey bars or some shit.
What? So speaking of, because a lot of them were like games from Japan or like games that they play. I mean, besides like Red Light, Green Light, that's or not
Honeycomb?
Japan. Sorry, Korea.
Yeah.
The Honeycomb is from there.
Is that
the-
an actual game from there?
Yeah,
though?
it is.
Yeah, it
Oh,
is.
okay.
They actually have those. What was
Yeah,
the
I've
third one?
I've seen
It was
people,
Tug
I've
of
seen
War.
videos people making them.
Most of them were
Tug of
shared
War. I mean,
between
Marbles, Tug of War, Honeycomb.
Yeah,
they're all like, I don't know. I feel like the only one that was like Honeycomb that was.
But they
and
were
Squid Game,
listing off.
obviously.
They were listing off a lot of games that were like from Korea.
Yeah.
At first, like they have the one where you throw the thing and it flips the.
Yeah, that weird
thing
thing.
over.
Yeah.
But you played a lot. We played a lot of games when we were in elementary school. What would be a cool game to watch? Like
Foursquare.
Honestly,
Red Rover.
how would
or-
Foursquare work?
I don't know.
Like-
I've seen like games of Foursquare where it's like more than 4 squares. It's like
9 square.
yeah.
I played Steal the Bacon
that
when I was a kid.
Steal
you
the
could
Steal
totally
the
do
bacon.
just like
Did you never play Steal the Bacon when you were a kid?
I don't
I'm not
remember
entirely
that.
sure.
So
I
it's
never
like,
liked games as a kid because
You know what would
because
be a
like
really
they'd always
good
play
game?
tag and it's like I suck at freeze tag.
The
man. I
first
ain't
game they
fast.
could do, right? Manhunt or hide and seek. So all the contestants hide, and then the pink jumpsuit staff have to go find them.
Hide and seek would be a cool one because then
Yeah.
they can make it kind of like intense as they.
Oh yeah,
Like creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
and they
kinda
can
cool.
make it in like a very eerie setting, like in a maze or in like an abandoned warehouse that
And then they
has
can add-
multiple rooms.
Then they can add football and basketball.
Yeah.
Football.
High stakes
Play
baseball.
football.
Let's go touchdown.
Dream spouts.
they
Oh
had
my
the
gosh.
the part where he's licking the honeycomb. That was disgusting. For like, just like, and I'm like, it's freaking
Gotta do what you gotta do.
nasty.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Well, yeah, I know,
That was
but-
so funny where he was just like looking at it. He's like.
Also, so you know the guy who like played the game with Jihoon or whatever, or like the the slam
Yeah,
down
he's
paper
throwing
game.
the thing.
Is he like the same dude who goes around and like plays the game with everybody? Like this
Probably
that one
not.
man.
What do you mean? Oh, that one guy.
Yeah, that
who was,
one
like,
dude.
with the briefcase.
Yeah. Is he like the same dude that just goes around and plays the games with everybody? Because
I think so.
It might be
I'd
one of
imagine there's
many.
multiple of them.
well, I mean, we saw the video. They played in like the first episode of. They're all
Oh,
like,
it's
"You
like a
guys
lot
are
of
all in
people.
financial ruin," and it's like everybody getting slapped.
Yeah,
by
but
this
it was
dude.
like a
And in the end, he was also there.
a body cam. So
Yeah.
You can really see who it
It's
was.
true. It's true.
There are a lot of fucking blocks. Go
There's so many
away.
Flies.
Just leave
There's
it,
another
dude. They're
one.
not going away by you yelling at them.
They're like touching me and shit. I hate it.
Okay, we get it.
So wait, hold on. He has that full briefcase of money, and he gives him money. What's to stop him from just stealing the briefcase?
I'm sure the dude's like built and could probably stop him. 'cause
Probably.
These are all just a bunch of like, not homeless. Well, kind of homeless, like just except for the bully.
Oh no, I know what I was gonna say. I was thinking of something earlier, because I knew what the game was, the honeycomb one, where they had to get the thing out. There's a guy who takes it and he goes and shakes it next to him. How pissed would you be if it's like, you have to get the shape out without breaking it? And he opens it and it's just all like crumbles, and he's like, oh shit.
Shit. Dude, honestly, okay. The one guy, I think he had like an umbrella or something, and like the stem of it broke. Like he got pretty much the majority of it out, but like when he finished it, like
The stem.
the stem broke, and he's like, "My stem broke," and they shot him. And I'm like, "You idiot! Why didn't you just like put it together, hold your fingers over, it, and be like, look, I did it,' and hold it like that, and then eat it immediately?" Because other people were just like, when they finished it, they're like, "Yay!" and then they just ate it. Like you'd be like, "Hey, look, I did it," and then just eat it really
Could
quick
just like
before they can do
lick
anything.
it and make it moist.
I don't
and,
know, like you could at
fuse
least
it back
try to
together.
finesse your life out of that situation, but no, he's just like, it broke, and the guy's like dead. It's like, what the heck?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
Some people were not smart, and that, like, I don't know, like, Songwoo was smart. He was a smart boy.
Yeah, he was the
He
biggest
lived. And there was
wrinkled
also a lot
brain
of
of
luck
them all.
involved, especially with the mirror or the glass game. Like, you pick one, you're dead.
Also,
you're
the
not living,
honeycomb
you're dead.
game. Like,
Unless you're the glass guy.
if you pick the umbrella, you're probably fucked. You know?
Well, I mean, Jihoon picked it, and he
Yeah, he picked it
somehow
because
survived.
All
but that
those-
was the unlucky choice.
All those
to make.
people at the end must have been just all umbrellas. Besides the
definitely.
old man. The old man's like, I like stop. And then
Dude, it's like, okay, why? We obviously kind of knew that Song-woo, like, he knew what the game was, like, you know, while they were
Yeah.
picking the shapes, and he didn't, like, I don't know.
He didn't tell him.
Yeah, no, he didn't tell. Like, why wouldn't you tell him?
I feel
don't
like
think
Because
at
he
that,
wanted
Because
them
he
to
wants
die.
to
well,
win.
no, because I don't think at that point he knew they
Yeah,
were
I
gonna
don't think
die.
at that point
because
he-
all they said was like, if you complete all 6 games, then you win the money.
No, I think he was actually just trying to trick them.
I think
I
he was
don't-
trying to. Well,
I mean, I'm
they
sure-
already played Red Light, Green Light, and they killed them all.
Well, I know that. I'm saying, like, why would he try and kill his own like teammates though? Like, he wasn't like giving them the advantage by telling them, hey, go pick triangle, which is the easiest one to do.
Well,
Because I think he was trying to just get them to be picked off. I don't know.
also
Well,
don't know.
then on the nights where like, you know, they were like, you know, hunting each other.
Yeah, he would have been fucked.
You would have been screwed.
Also, Alex was getting really pissed at the part where they're like, choosing teammates? Don't choose girls because girls are bad. And I was like,
I was kind of messed
that's
up.
such like
I was like, you don't know what the game is.
that's
for
such
one.
that's
It's, like,
such an
for two, like-
elementary school like way of thinking about it. I feel like that's so. I mean, I don't mean to sound like, I don't know.
Well,
but
it could just be how the culture is in Korea. I don't know.
I guess, but I think the thing is like,
Yeah, because they're just thinking like, oh, we're gonna need strong people, and like, well, men compared to women. It's just
I don't know,
like, we
I've
want men.
Biologically, yes, men are biologically have the tendency to be stronger than women. So
listen, I've seen Alex squat, and that's terrifying because
Okay,
she can
that's
probably
that's really
murder
cool
me.
because it's not really what we're talking about.
But what I mean is like it's like not all women are just.
I'm
but it-
saying
but
that's
I-
what I
I think
agree. But I'm like,
They
if when you
already
look,
saw the women
Yeah.
that they have. It's like obviously if there's this big fucking
yeah, did they
buff
even look
woman,
buff to you?
Big
I think
ass
they'd be
like
no.
the Navian women.
let's go with her. But
yeah,
no,
none of
it's
them
like-
look. I'm not
They're all kinda
justifying
like,
them.
you know,
'cause
Like
they
the
didn't-
two
they
women
obviously
they got
didn't
on their
know-
team were
yeah,
like the skinniest,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like tiniest. women
they didn't know the
had
game
there.
either. So like, I'm not entirely justifying. Like, if they knew the game, it was gonna be like tug of war. Then I'd be like, yeah, why would you pick any of the women because they're all like weak. Like
Plus-
they're all like they're not strong. They're not as strong as like any other man there.
The show kind of shits on that whole stereotype when Ji-hoon's team wins, considering they have two
Yeah,
women
true.
on their team.
It's very true.
But
So it's like-
the issue is that they do that and then they do it again, and I'm like,
But
Do what?
no women on our team.
don't choose women, and then like immediately after they win that game with 2 women on their team, they immediately use that ideology again. And
Wait,
it's
on
like,
what?
Which game?
Yeah, what game?
The
it's,
marble game?
It's after that when they're choosing partners.
Oh, the marble game.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah,
they're
the
like,
marble
I
game?
don't want a woman on my team.
When did they say that?
So,
Some
like,
part in the show.
The second game was Honeycomb. Third was the tug of war. Fourth was the marbles, and then the fifth one was the fucking
When
the glass.
when they introduced the marble game, I thought they were just like take the other person's whoever takes the other person's marbles first and has 20 like wins.
Without
Yeah,
leveling.
could
I
you
thought it
just-
was just like I thought
With-
what they're implying was like go beat the crap out of each other
Yeah,
until you
I
get
thought the
someone's
bully.
marbles.
I thought the bully would be like, "The game is kick your ass,"
Yeah.
and then he like just kills the person. That's what I was waiting for.
That's what I always thought it
Dude,
was
if,
gonna be.
those were the rules, then Ollie would have lived. Ollie was a unit.
But the dub,
Nah, I
you
don't
didn't
think so.
watch.
No, he was an absolute unit, dude.
I don't
he would
think
have whooped
so.
Songwoo's
For one, he was
ass.
missing a finger, and for two, he was
Who
like,
cares?
He's missing 2 fingers.
Oh, he's missing two. He's
Yeah.
missing 2 fingers. It's
But
I
Dude
don't
was
know.
strong.
You know what was funny?
The song was
So
stronger.
we
I think.
watched when we
No,
watched
no.
the English
Yeah.
version, the part where they're playing marbles, the partner of the bully is like,
Yes.
and he's
Bro, he
like
looked like a
winning.
rat.
He's
He
like,
looked like a
Yeah, he's
rat.
like a 1 marble away, and he's like,
You know who?
About
You know
to
who he
win!
reminded,
creaming his pants.
you know who he reminded me of? The rat in Harry Potter, like the rat
Oh,
that turns
yeah.
into a freaking dude.
the gerbil man.
Yes, that's what he reminded me of. He's like a little, yeah, he's a little
Peter
like,
Pettigrew?
yeah,
Yeah.
Peter Pettigrew. I'm like, dude, this man's like a little rat. He's like, I'm gonna win.
That's so stupid how he's like, I want the game changed. The guy's like, accepted. It's like, oh, that's stupid.
Yeah, I'd be pissed. If
I was
the,
really waiting for him to win. What I was really hoping for is that like the bully would get mad and then be like, I don't accept this, and then just get like mowed down by people. Him dying,
I hate the bully.
him dying in
Nobody
like
liked him.
him
No, I
dying
just hate his character.
in
too.
the way of just by falling, I think is stupid.
What, you wanted him to get like
Yeah.
gunned down?
Because
Yeah, I
because
want
not
him to
only
die differently.
not only is he
Like a
not
bloody-
only is he falling, but also the girl is taking the blunt of the fall because she was holding him like this.
Well, if that's
I'm
the
pretty
case,
sure
then
he'd
he's
both
sitting there like
die.
suffering
I
because
thought
he's
they
not
were gonna
entirely
do a
dead yet.
thing where it was like he landed on her, and so like he's still alive, so he just gets a pass to the next game.
I would have been so.
No,
I
dude.
thought
They're
that's what
falling
they're
from like
gonna do.
5 stories high. That's like guaranteed.
Never
death.
showed his body.
No, dude, they're dead.
What do you think it says?
Fucking,
Born
they're
over-
just splats on the ground. There's no body to show.
The only like really brutal death is when they're showing all the dead people and they have the dude with his head like with the brain spilling out of his skull. That was the only like actually morbid part of the show, I think.
Yeah.
I thought the most morbid part was red light, green light when they're all like trying to bang on the doors
Oh,
and they're
yeah,
just
they're
getting
getting,
lit
mowed.
up. That was
Maybe
fucking
follow the rules
awful.
of the game.
Also,
and you
how-
won't die?
Why don't you just use somebody as a shield?
You can.
I think some people did that.
Well,
Like,
yeah, but just use a dead person. And you're like,
well, I think
That's
some
how
people
that's
did
how
that.
like
Like they,
Ji-hoon lived.
they survived because some like dead person fell on top of them, and the game didn't realize that they moved. They like it just realized that the
Like Ji-hoon fell down, so
yeah.
he should have been shot, but he was
Did you
covered
see the
by a
SNL
dead
skit
guy.
of it? Of Squid Game.
they made an SNL.
They
skit?
made an SNL skit of it.
Really?
Like Pete Davidson like moves and he like ducks behind someone else and they just shoot the guy in front of him.
Oh.
It was actually not that bad, and I don't even really like SNL anymore.
Yeah, and the first red light, green light, when the girl was behind the bully, she could have totally just murked him.
She should have.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
know why
why
she
didn't she
didn't.
just go
It
like?
was a huge problem throughout the whole show.
Like he clearly was like trying to like harm her in the like before they even went into the game.
Yeah.
Then they went into the game, and obviously like everybody knew he had intentions, of just bad intentions. So like, why didn't she just like?
She had him like by his hair too. She just could have been like.
Yeah, he would have been dead. I'd been
Yeah,
dead.
but I guarantee like she would have the moment she would have pushed him, he would have been like ah, and then like went after her.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't have shot before that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if he got shot and then she just like pulled him towards him.
She
then he'd
could
be
have
fine.
just like gone behind him, and then right before they call red light, just like push him so he's stumbling while it's calling it, and then he just gets shot.
Do you
But
guys
no.
have any more points? 'Cause we're getting close.
I think we're at the point now.
I mean,
We've covered like our favorite scenes and
favorite game.
standout scenes and our
we could
arguments.
Just do, like, what was your most suspenseful game? Because I saw a poll on Twitter, and it was like, what
say
was
that,
the most?
Wait, say that again, because you probably
Oh, yeah,
probably didn't pick you up.
I saw a poll on Twitter that was like, what was the most suspenseful game? And people, the tug of war won. And then everyone in the comments was like, did you people even watch this? Like, obviously it was the glass one.
Yeah, I would say the glass one.
I just wanted
I
to
said
see
the
what
cookie
you guys
one.
would think.
Okay, if you were there in person, which one would you be the most anxious at? And the
If
least
I was
anxious?
there
The
and
least
I was in
anxious.
Ji-hoon's
The least
position,
anxious?
The least and the most anxious at. What would it be?
Cookie would be my most.
Most?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd be so terrified. I guarantee like
I'd
one
be, I mean,
false move
I'd
and
be
I'd.
sitting there trembling while doing it, but I don't know if I think the most terrifying one would
gotta be the
probably be.
glass.
Well, it depends because if I'm number 1 on the glass, then yeah, I know I'm dead. But if I'm number 16 on the
That's
glass, then I'm
true.
like, I'm probably gonna live. Like,
yeah,
the
but
funny
what
thing
if you're
for me-
last to go and they don't even get halfway through?
I
And you're
thi-
just
they-
guaranteed to die.
I
The
don't
funny
know.
thing for me is that I was like, they were showing all the numbers. I was like, oh, I'd choose 16 since that's my lucky number. And then it was like, I would just get so lucky at that point because then
Yeah.
I just.
No, but I think the least nervous one that I'd be is probably red light, green light. 'Cause you gotta be a real to like lose that after everybody
Yeah,
got
just-
killed the first round.
Because the
Yeah,
thing
it's
is
just
that you stop moving and it doesn't. When it sees you, that's when it starts targeting.
You
But,
also
like, as
know
it's-
when it's going to turn around if you just, like, after the first 2 times of hearing it.
Because you time it.
Also,
you can
another
just hear
thing, in English, it says red light and then like green light.
Yeah.
In the Korean, it sings a song.
It
It's
sings
like,
the song and
Sings
it
the
sings
song
that
too.
same
Yeah, it
song
sings the
in
same
English.
song.
No, they don't sing a song.
Yes, it
it's
does.
like
Yes, it does.
green light, red light. That's what it said.
It sings the song, Nick.
It sings the song.
It's-
I
it's-
watched
it
it.
did?
It
I
did.
watched
Okay, you're-
it.
you're either-
in
Dude,
English.
I
Deaf?
literally watched it with you guys.
It did.
Did not.
I mean, I don't. Maybe I'm tripping.
You're
You're-
not tripping.
All right,
I watched
You're
it too.
wrong
and
because I
No,
watched
we're-
it and I
we're
was
watching-
not
How would
there.
I know
Look
the
this
song
up
then?
afterwards.
Stop having the argument about dub versus.
I'm
sub.
just saying that was an observation. You guys were like, no.
But how
Well,
would I
it's
know
a
the song
false
then?
observation.
I remember watching that scene in English and it didn't have the song.
Anyway,
All right. Well, okay. Wait. Did you say what your least and most terrifying would be for you?
The glass and the first one.
Red light. What about you, Nick? You said the most terrifying was the honeycomb one. What about the least?
I could agree with the honeycomb one though.
That one.
because
Yeah,
that
I would be terrified.
suck.
What would you say would be the least terrified on?
marbles, but the only thing is that like
Be least terrified on that?
yeah.
I don't
The
know.
only thing is it's dependent because like if I had anybody that I knew on that, like if I was in the dude's position where it was like his wife, I could not do that. I'd just be like, I guess I'm losing.
Yeah, that's what I'm
If it
saying.
was
like, you
like-
gotta, I don't know, you can't
You're on your last marble. and
unless you
you're-
have like cancer or something.
You're
it's
paired
like-
with your significant other, right? And you're in the last marble, and you go to play before they open their hand. That's like your last. That could be your last moment before you die. That's like, and like Ji-hoon, he gets to that point too. He's like with the old man. He's on his last marble. And he's like, even. And before he opens his hand, he's like, wait, I don't want to die. He's like,
Yeah,
I don't know. I thought that was pretty suspenseful.
So which one do you think was the most?
I think I'm gonna change my answer. I'm gonna put marbles.
Marble. What about the least?
Probably the honeycomb.
Honeycomb.
Yeah, because it's like, if you just do what Ji-hoon did, it's easy. Just fucking
Sit
lick
there
the
and
shit
lick
out
it.
of it.
Well, I mean,
and
but you don't know that going in.
you don't know that going in,
Yeah.
but once
I
you
don't
know,
know.
it's like kind of, this ain't so bad.
Yeah, least obviously is
ratings.
red light, green light for me, and the most is, I don't know, depending on what position I'm in and the last plane one. If I'm number like 8 or something like that, I'm gonna be pretty anxious. You know,
I mean, like even if you're in last place, you gotta still think, oh God, I really hope like each person
yeah, actually goes.
takes a turn instead of like 2 and 3 people dying at once. It's just like, 'cause
Oh
that
yeah,
did
yeah, yeah.
happen.
And then the one guy who kind of just starts like speed run it and like kind of you don't really know which
And then
ones
you don't
are.
know, and it's
Yeah.
just like, oh.
Yeah,
it's just-
exactly.
there's hiccups along the way as well.
You know what else is stupid about red light, green light?
You.
How come none of those motherfuckers were sprinting? They're all just like hobbling.
Because if you're sprinting, they say
like,
red light.
what if
then
you
you gotta
like, you're trying to
stop real
stop
fast.
and it like turns
If
around
you're hearing
and
the
just
song,
stops
you know when it's gonna end. Just like sprint and then
No,
stop.
you do not.
You
The
do.
song ends like abruptly some of the times.
It was like.
know.
Do you know how long you could? You know how far you could go if you just sprint during that time?
Okay,
Well, I'm
you
fat.
can.
I'm gonna be like.
Okay, they give you 5 minutes to get across
like
that
die.
field. I'm literally just gonna
if I was-
fast
if
walk
I was in that
and take
game-
my time.
No, dude, I would be to the other side in a minute.
Okay.
I think the moral of the story is that don't be stupid with money and actually not.
Also,
Nah, fuck
idiot.
that. Join a game where a ton
also
of people
follow
die.
the rules when
Maybe
you play
you won't.
games.
Go sign up for Mr. Beast game. He's gonna have soon.
I'm winning the million Mr. Beast burgers.
All right, review time. Let's throw numbers out.
All right,
What do we think?
Zach, you want to start with you?
Can we not start with me this time?
No,
Nope,
we're starting
nope.
with you,
Come on.
Zach.
Okay. Cool.
There you go.
Well, this was certainly a TV show. I will give it that.
It was a TV
Indeed,
show.
indeed,
It was a Netflix show.
indeed, it was.
You know, there's always the argument of like if listening to dub made it better or not. But I personally watched the English version,
Okay.
so I guess that's what I have to base it off of.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like that's just what I watched. I like the actors in it. I think they're kind of cool. You know, they're all right. Definitely was not the most. You know, they did not put a lot of money into this show.
Yeah,
They
it was
put-
very.
$21 million into it.
Are you shitting me?
Jeez.
Okay.
I feel like
I
the
take it
show
back then.
itself. Or go ahead, just finish your rating. Never mind.
I honestly don't know what to give it because like it was pretty good, but then there's like a lot of parts in it that were really just weird. But it's
Yeah.
also like I'm not used to shows like these because like I'm an American. I watch American shows.
Yeah.
This is kind of a little new because I'm not like huge into anime either. So I don't know. It's like it was good. I feel like I keep giving everything like 7s. But
Hey, give it what you think is right.
I honestly think it's like I think I want to give it a 7.
7?
Yeah.
All right.
I think the
Nick?
show itself got a lot of praise that I didn't understand. I don't understand
You
why
know,
it got
now that you
so
say
much
that, I
praise.
do think the show kind of sucks, but the games were pretty good.
The games
Yeah.
were like somewhat
The way
enjoyable
they
to watch.
did them.
But the thing
Yeah.
is like, I don't know, the acting just seemed kind of stiff and very awkward. But yes, Vicky, I'm
Vicky,
trying to hurry
chill
up.
out.
I'm sorry. but it just seemed odd, and I don't know. I feel like the show itself got too much praise, and I don't know. It's like a 7. Like
All right.
that's I would say a 6, but I know somebody in the comments will start being like, guess what? I know you're
Give it what you think it should be.
I give it a 6.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I actually
Nick 2.
and I really like this show.
All
Like,
right.
this might be one of my higher ratings. The games were fantastic, and obviously I watched in Korean, as stated like minutes ago. I really liked the Korean acting.
You did?
And
You stated
yeah,
that?
their quality
Wait, really?
of acting was
Shut
great.
up.
You watched it in Korean.
Guys,
Yeah,
we want to
guys,
finish
I watched
this.
it in Korean.
Sorry,
Do
go
you
ahead.
want to just switch it to the main view?
The
No,
wedge,
we're
yeah.
still doing the
No.
ratings.
But yeah, the
Sorry.
theatrics and the set, all the sets looked amazing. I think I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10.
Alrighty.
Wow.
Got a good rating over here. Yeah, I mean, you guys pretty much said everything I needed to say. I like the games a lot, but the story was kind of,
Yeah.
I don't know, it was okay. So, I'm gonna give it I'm gonna give the show a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
I look like a thumb.
So, do you want to switch it to the overall? So our total score is, you want to do a drum roll? 7.4 out of 10. Pachow.
Yay.
Whoa!
Now we have to listen to that.
You can just click it again.
All right,
Okay, cool.
everyone.
Awesome.
All right.
Nick, do you want to do? No, you're not doing the outro. You did. You
I
did,
didn't
like,
say I
everything.
was, bitch.
All right, Nick, number 1, you do the outro.
All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your day. And I hope, why don't you switch it to my camera so then I could do it. Okay. Thank you.
I guess
Fuck
that
that
works.
reminds me.
That
Like I said,
camera.
camera 1. I look terrible. I look like I'm a, thank you.
Well, that's not changing.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Let's go.
Thank you for everyone for watching. Please subscribe. Please like. Please comment.
Drop a
And
download on
if you're on
the
YouTube.
audio only.
If you watch longer, you might get a kiss from me.
All right.
Bye.
Cool.
All right.
All right, see you, everybody.
See ya.
Peace out.
You won't actually.